discussion with Sigma Tau about registry, and I lanced one hypothesis, and I hope that will be kept by people. The other point is a meeting of the scientific committee for establishing the registry rules, and we know that many registries are present, so we can, and we have to think about European funding. There are some rare disease is a big lobby that is, so not a big lobby, but a lobby, organized by several governments, in which is very difficult to entry because the governmental people try to put the control, but we will see this.
That's actually an interesting point, because I think that from here, from Spain, well, I don't know how it would work, but if we ask for money, let's say, just to make a registry, the first thing the reviewers would probably think is, hey, there is already an initiative through this ERDIC to do a registry on rare diseases, so why should we fund another independent initiative? So there's going to be that discussion, so that's a good point.
Yes, I can speak with Taruscio, that is one of eminent people for rare disease in Europe, and we will see if there is some space to do this. Finally, but there is after this another point, what do you think about this meeting? I think that is necessary that the scientific report of yesterday will have a memory, because it is at least 15 years in my memory on a meeting on CTX. The past meeting was at NIH several years ago. And there were some proceedings published on child neurology, and until then no report have been. So there are possibility to have a book in a prominent publisher or a special issue on a journal. We can have your opinion about this.
Yes. Well, I think collecting all the information that has been reported here and making a summary is a good idea. It's an effort too. And I would say that the main goal of that would be to spread, right? To have some material that can help spread the word among our colleagues and countries and communities. So for that purpose, before deciding whether a journal or a book would be better options, I would try to think what dissemination strategies could we have, because I think, at least among clinicians, it is usually the case that if you have, a booklet on update on whatever, something new, that sometimes the pharmaceutical company helps disseminate and they bring it to you or to your office, you usually keep that. And
this is another aspect, dissemination and
but a journal is
information to the people. So this is another aspect, but I think from a scientific point of view, to do the point in 2015 about cerebrotendinous xanthomatosis, how many cases, the different phenotypic presentation, the problems, the possible therapy, the results, is very useful because each group has some data published, but it can put all together and have some organized, unique
A corpus of data.
corpus of data that could be useful. And the problem we will discuss, which is the most convenient thing to do, or a book, or special issue.
Well, that was not my point. I mean, this corpus of information, where we are in 2015, is how would it get read more if it's a special issue of a journal or if it's a book? I mean, that's what I would ask, because we want it to be
special
read.
issue as on internet, on PubMed, but also several books are on internet. So I don't know.
Maybe
we can.
Maybe a special issue on it.
Yes, I think a special issue.
An
Perhaps.
article is more accessible to everyone.
Yes, a special issue, and we will test several journals. I am sure that could be possible to do on neurological journal, where I am editor-in-chief, so there is no problem there. But it could be some other journal, neurology or...
Well, someone raised the point yesterday, whether it would be interesting.
I suggest a clinical journal, because this is important that clinician will be familiar with this disease.
Maybe internal medicine or something.
I agree completely that it would be good to have this published in a clinical journal. I had some experience with biochemical journals. During the last 10 years, I have written at least 2 review articles about the CTX in current opinion in lipidology, and also I was invited to write one together with Magnus in biochemical and biophysical research communication. And these articles have not been published so very
Yes.
much, so it has not reached a broad audience. So a clinical journal was
Yes, I agree.
And of course, I would like to participate in such a
Yes, so it's my opinion that the clinical journal, neurological journal, will be the best. And another problem is funding for this. And we hope that somebody will hear about this problem and will give some answer.
You mean funding for the special issue or for the
Yeah.
whole thing?
Yes, yes.
For the special issue, do we need funding to pay for the
Yeah,
publication?
yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
We will discuss.
ideas are welcome.
Somebody, I think that smell, okay. Other steps. It could be at end of this organization a very good, in my opinion, possibility to have a repository catalog of biological material. This is crucial for research. This is crucial for pharmaceutical industries and for everything. So we need in our registry also to consider each big institution that follow patient, which type of biological material has in the freezer. So biological material repository catalog. So we can start with this, and we can go to the centralization in the future when all the doctors will be able to follow patients with CTX, that will send biological samples to the main structure in Spain, in Netherlands, in Italy. So a centralization of repository, and finally organization of biobank. So I am practice, and the organization of biobank is very complicated, need rules that are international rules, and this is the end of our way. We will start with what we have in our freezer. We will organize and exchange the knowledge of what material each laboratory has. Then we will centralize it in the country, the samples from all the patients in the country, and then we will see about the organization of a biobank. Agree?
Just completely agree. Can't add anything. I mean, yeah, and that's
Yes,
again
yes.
the practical way to go.
I will interpret what you say,
Yeah.
okay, because
Yeah.
there's a problem with the mic, so.
I suggest that we at first harmonize our analysis, our clinical analysis. We did it for the oxysterols, and we organized ring trials. Now we have the second one to
Hemos intentado
compare
hacer un
our,
registro en nuestro proyecto.
our clinical results.
Con
And
nuestros
I think
resultados
that
clínicos.
my lab included in some others in Europe. And the result for example, for 27 hydroxycholesterol, we are quite good. But for 7-alpha it's
Tuvimos
not good.
27 resultados bastante buenos.
So that means we should harmonize our analysis. I don't know
Deberíamos
who
armonizar
else
nuestros resultados
measures this metabolite, and then
y
we
los
could continue.
metabolitos.
Yeah, this is my suggestion. That means
Yes,
it depends on the standard material, on the
Yeah.
method,
Debemos,
the
trabajar con el
LCMS,
material
and the
estándar.
GCMS, and it might be a difference.
Podría hacer una diferencia.
Yes, this was in one of my first slides when I considered the utility of a consortium and a network in order to harmonize treatment, analysis, and everything. So this is one of the aim of this.
And it will be soon. It will be important this harmonization at the collection step. This is going to be necessary very, very soon in this consortium, because I'm thinking back there in our center we already have DNA and maybe some RNA samples, but at this point we don't have an organized collection of serum or plasma or any blood spots or any other thing. But we could, with Stefania, with Dr. Koch and myself, we could easily, with Belen, try to work on that. So if we're going to start to add samples to what we already have, thinking of this consortium, which, as said, we can just start tomorrow. We can start doing it. But it would be nice to know exactly how you guys in the biochemical laboratory want the samples, because otherwise maybe we collect some amount or some type of tube or serum that is not exactly the one, or we don't store it properly. So the harmonization in terms of sample collection is going to be needed really right away. Very.
Yeah, we can give you a guideline. There are some guidelines for collecting.
Podemos dar algunas líneas a seguir.
So that you are happy, especially for the biochemists. So because we will have Dr. Kocho in contact with you and so forth, we will have advice there. Because otherwise, for the cells and nucleic acids, it's more or less okay with whatever collect different ways. It's not exactly the same, but it, how you collect the lymphocytes for then getting RNA, but it. Okay.
Yes, yes.
But I understand that she is speaking that probably it's necessary a small interlaboratory work to homo
Hace necesario un poco de trabajo dentro del laboratorio,
interlaboratorio.
entre distintos laboratorios,
Interlaboratory to harmonize.
Yeah, that we all measure the same.
Yes.
para armonizar.
Yes, but we cannot enter into the detail here, but only the general organization of the aspects that in the aims is the harmonization of the different work for CTX. And last but not the least, the family organization. That is very important. I thank very much the Spanish GTX family organization. That is the first that was born, that is very active and is very important. So from Burgos we invite Italian, France, Dutch and other nation families to form a national CTX society. So I ask Stefania to send the rules of the organization of Spain Family Association, and we will do our best to organize at national level the society. After this, it could be interesting the creation of an European network of CTX families that will enter into the scientific committee of the CTX network. So we will have all the organization of the. Okay. This is.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I think you basically touched upon the key points. I don't think you missed any key point. I don't know if anyone is missing something that we may have forgotten in terms of specifically needed actions or the most urgent ones. I think those are the main, right?
No, just to say the families are the first interested in this going on and next steps conseguir estos siguientes pasos que nos proponéis.
Las familias somos las primeras que estamos interesadas en seguir todo esto.
You have to translate into English.
Well, she's using both languages, so
Okay.
Entonces, os agradecemos por supuesto todo esto, contar con todo nuestro apoyo.
Thank you for all that. We offer you our support.
And we hope next meeting, que el próximo meeting que haya sea un encuentro ya, en vez de la Asociación Española de Santomatosis, la Asociación Europea de Santomatosis, y nosotros estamos dispuestos, por supuesto, a luchar por ello y todo lo que necesitéis de nosotros, y nosotros, pero sobre todo nosotros de nosotros, aquí estamos para impulsar vuestra investigación.
We hope that the next
Y es
meeting
obvio
will
el por
be.
qué, claro. Es obvio el por qué, ¿no?
I would try to translate basically what she said. We hope that the next meeting will be a European one of xanthomatosis, Cervotinium xanthomatosis. We will continue with all these work, basically, is that what you said? And we thank you for all these efforts that you are making and pushing the project to make this a reality.
How is the American Family Association doing? Are they are within the Leukodystrophy Association?
No, there is no American
No.
CTX.
No,
But
because
they are in a
in leukodystrophy we are within there. I mean, yeah, that's another point of.
Okay, so I think that we have some work to do, and I hope that scientific committee will be in touch by mail, phone in the next months in order to prepare data for the consensus and for scientific for the network. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Federico and team, and yes, again, and thank you for having come here. And because I think you guys and the others from Sweden have to leave soon, just in case I don't have any additional occasion to say thank you once more.